This video is sponsored by Kershaw, Next Level Pocket Knives. Use discount code 20archery23 for 20% off at kershawknives.com. Hey, Archery Talk, this is Lucas, and today I'm sitting down virtually with Josh Sidebottom from Elite Archery to talk about the new 2024 Elite Hunting Bow lineup. Josh, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How you doing, Lucas?
So far, so good. It's getting cool up here in Canada, so it's feeling like hunting season.
Definitely,
and there's new hunting bows from Elite. So you have 3 new bows this year.
Yep. Yeah, it's an exciting time. We're glad to be able to offer these 3 new bows: the Ethos, the Kairos, and the Allure. We're really happy with how they came out, and excited to get them to the consumers and start to gather their feedback and keep moving forward. We had a great year last year with the Omnia and the Era, and I want to just build off that momentum with this year's launch.
So I guess let's talk about let's maybe go over specs of the bows, and maybe we'll talk about differences and maybe what makes them new for this year. What's different for these bows?
Sure. So we'll talk about the Ethos first, which is our aluminum flagship bow. Really, there's 2. The Kairos and the Ethos are both similar bows, but have their differences as well that we can get into. But kind of the background of the design of the Ethos was to get a longer feeling bow, again, in the Elite line. So when I say longer feeling, this is a 33-inch axle-to-axle bow. It's got a 6 3/4-inch brace height, 4.5 pounds. Draw length ranges go from 25.5 to 31 inches, and it's available in 40 pound, 50 pound, 60 pound, 65 pound, and 75 pound limb options. So really any combination you want. And I believe there's 19 different colors that you could get it in, between target colors, solid hunting colors, and camos, which a couple new camos being our First Light Spectre and our True Timber Strata, which are new on the line this year. But kind of dive into the why of this bow, or what we want to do. Last year we came out with the Omnia, which has performed incredible for us. That's a 32-inch bow with a 6-inch brace height, really intended to get as much speed out as we could. So this year we wanted to go in a little bit different direction. We still have great performance on these bows. The Ethos shoots 340 feet per second, but to go more for the forgiveness and accuracy crowd, and to get a longer axle-to-axle bow. And one of the cool things about the design of the Ethos, a lot of people still talk about the Energy 35, one of the bows that really put Elite on the map. And in designing the Ethos, we set out to design a bow that feels like the Energy 35, but with today's technology and performance and stability that we have in our current bows. So this is a 33-inch axle-to-axle bow, but the cams are bigger than they were on the Energy 35. It doesn't bend the limbs as far as the Energy 35 did. So the result of that is an identical string angle at a 30-inch draw length to the Energy 35. So kind of if you close your eyes and draw it back, it's gonna feel very similar to that 35-inch bow, but it's a 33-inch platform. So that brings us into a bow that, with a 6 3/4-inch brace, it's really forgiving. It's comfortable to shoot. Really, if I was designing my personal favorite bow specs, the Kairos and the Ethos fall right into what I like out of a bow. It's short enough where you don't feel like it's too big to hunt with, but I like how the string falls on my face. I like how the bow holds and points, and the forgiveness out of it. So the Ethos will come with our SP cams, which is our it's a 3-track balanced, fully synchronized cam system with our V3 mods. So the next iteration of the mods on the SP cam, which there's 3 mods. This one will come with the performance mod installed, which is maximizing the speed that you can get out of the bow. We also have a smooth mod that you could add to this bow, which will give it really that elite draw cycle that people love, where it rolls over early and it's easy into the valley. but throughout the draw length range, you can adjust this in 1/4 inch increments, all the way from 25.5 to 31. And the let off is also adjustable infinitely between 90 and 70% on the V3 mods. So it still has the LTR that we've had for a while. And the riser design, the riser is about 31 inches long out of a 33-inch axle-to-axle bow. So it's a long, straight riser, which aids in the aiming and stability of this platform, and the forgiveness. And it's just an updated structural design of this frame that gives us a little bit more rigidity and stability in what we were going for this year.
So I guess what's really different between the Ethos and the Kairos? Because the Kairos, again, very similar length, a little bit less let off, but is it like what sets it apart?
So the Kairos is it's almost a variation of the Ethos. They are different bows. The Kairos comes with our SPX cams on it. It's built off of the same platform, but the SPX is our smaller cam that was originally introduced on the Verdict last year, our target bow. So it has a smaller cam, which with a range of 24 to 29.5 inches, and it comes with the smooth mods on the SP cam installed. And what we were trying to do with the Kairos is a couple things: to have a really versatile bow that could be used for a lot of different people. It's actually the bow that I'm hunting with this year. I shoot about a 28 3/4 inch draw length, so it fits for me. And one of the benefits of that, if you're a shorter draw length person, is you're maximizing more use of the cam. So I could shoot a Kairos, I could shoot a bow that goes to 32 inches at my draw length, but you're not maximizing the use of the cam when you do that. So by shifting this down, it allows us to reach some younger shooters, some shorter draw length shooters, and also for people in the 28-inch range, which is 28 to 29 is probably the most common draw lengths. It allows you to maximize the efficiency of your setup. So when you draw a bow back, when you shorten the mods to shorten the draw length, you're basically stopping the cam earlier. And a well-designed cam will still, like our SP cam, will still produce great performance at those numbers. But you give up just a hair, and by using the smaller cam, we're able to maximize your performance at your draw length, and what you'll see is a little bit more efficiency and speed out of those numbers at the same draw length. So, but this bow is also a really great fit for a shorter draw length 3D bow, target archery bow. That's available in all the different colors. You can get this in 40, 50, 60, 65, or 70 pounds. And it will serve a lot of purposes for our customers.
Now you have another new bow this year that's a little bit different than these two. You want to go into some detail on that one?
Yeah, so the Allure is our women's bow that we designed specifically for that market. So this is a 31-inch axle-to-axle bow with a 6 1/4-inch brace height, available in 40, 50, or 60 pound peak weights, and this will go from 23 to 28.5 inches of draw length, and the mass weight's less on it. So our other flagship bows are about 4.5 pounds. This is a 4-pound bow, so it reduces the mass weight down and reaches all the way down to 23 inches. So should cover the large majority of smaller framed shooters. Really, from top to bottom, we looked at this bow to design a bow specifically for a high performance women's bow. This wasn't something that we took last year's bow and changed the color on it and called it a women's bow. This bow is specifically designed from start to finish for this market, and the performance that we're getting out of it's pretty incredible. This also comes with the smooth mods installed, and we're getting an equivalent speed. Obviously this doesn't go to 30 inches, so we rate it at its longest draw length and then extrapolate out to the 30-inch. Will be a 340 feet per second equivalent speed, and that's with the smooth mod. So you can get it even higher with the performance mods, about 5 feet per second more. So we believe this is the highest performance women's bow on the market, with all the bells and whistles. Nothing is taken away. It's got set technology. It's got the V3 mods, all the mod options, the roller guard. We slimmed up the grip just a little bit for a smaller hand on the riser. The mass weight has been taken down, also for the smaller frame shooter. But it's got our double riser cages. It's got our Delta VRT. All the bows have the Delta VRT, which is our little vibration dampener stabilizer on the lower part of the bow. So it's really every bit of a bow as the Ethos and Kairos, just designed specifically for someone with a shorter draw length.
Well, Josh, thanks so much for kind of walking me through the lineup. And anything else Elite related you want to talk about?
No, I mean the Era, our carbon bow that we launched last year, is still rocking and rolling out there. We did add another color for the Era for this year, so a slate gray color, which you can get all the Elite matching accessories in that same color. So that's new for 2024, and still has a lot of demand for it. We struggled to keep up with the demand, honestly, out of the gate last year, but we've since increased our capacity and have got the lead time down to our normal bow lead time now with everything else. So, if you order an Era today, you can get it in a couple weeks. So we're excited to have that back to a normal lead time, and to get these new bows out there. We've had our best launch to date. We've shipped. All of our dealers who ordered preview packs got them at launch. And so if you're watching this and you want to go check out one of the new Elites, all you got to do is pop into your local dealer, and they should have them there for you to try out.
Yeah, the midnight copper color looks sensational on photos. I've not seen one in person.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. But that's a fantastic looking color.
Yeah, and we just talked about it recently. We're trying to get the web images to reflect how cool this color is, and it's tough to capture it in a still image because it has so much depth to it. And this is actually one here behind me, which I'm sure the camera doesn't pick up well, but it's a matte color. It's not shiny, but when you look at it and the way the light hits it, you see probably 4 or 5 different colors in it. But it's one of the bows, the Ethos, in the preview pack was shipped in this color, so all the dealers should have it to check out if you pop into one. But yeah, it's been probably our hottest color so far after launch.
Well, great, Josh. Thank you again for your help and kind of letting the Archery Talk community know what's new from Elite.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Lucas.